Tá, vamos lá começar então. Deixa eu só abrir aqui. A droga. Ok. Primeiro é o NAC. NAC, cá vai. newsong.mp3. Deixa eu ver se eu estou a equipar normalmente. Espera aí. Não, é mesmo ter feito. Mesmo ter feito o boost. O rato não se está a comportar mais uma vez. Tá, não, aqui tenho pouca coisa a falar. Vou ver só quando entra o... Ok, então, eu acho que o grave podia estar um bocadinho mais alto e tipo, tu tens vários synths no mesmo registro, né? Fazer o plam, plim, plam, e fazer o plam, não é? Aqui. Tens o plam, plam, e tens aqui a fazer a melodia, né? Eu acho que devias equalizar ambos a tipo não haver tipo sobreposição das cenas. Porque depois fica aqui muita coisa a acontecer. Tipo, ao equalizar aqui fica estranho. Por isso eu equalizava num e não no outro. Por exemplo, os plam, 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 fazia assim uma coisita mais assim, para não ter tantos agudos, e o outro deixava mais vivo, por exemplo. Porque acho que, né, que a melodia é mais importante do que ter os plam, 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 né? Metia isso mais de fundo e tirava um bocadinho os agudos, metia mais baixo e deixava estar o de fundo mais... Não é de fundo, tipo, mais evidente, né? Tipo, tens os dois instrumentos a lutar pelo mesmo espaço das frequências. Então, eu faria tipo os plam, 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 plam e ficar mais baixo e tipo coisar um bocadinho aqui os agudos e tal e deixar os outros como está. Bom dia, Vitor Hugo. Bom dia. Como é que você está? Está bom? É, tirando isso e dado um bocadinho mais o grave e tirar um bocadinho do baixo para compensar, digamos, acho que está nice. Mas não está perfeita ainda. Vou só mais uma vez. Algo mais assim desse género, tipo aquele... Ficar mais salentado e menos e o grave. É isso. Para mim interessa até agora, sem fones já focam muitíssimo altos. É, mas está, é por causa daquele... Coisa. Mas já tirando isso, não, aqui está nice. Está no bom caminho. Ok, next up temos Fabo com o Nego Drama. Ah, claro! Ah! Aquela sample famosa. Oh meu Deus.
Nego drama,
Nego Drama!
dinheiro, problema, um investe, luxo, fama, nego drama, cabelo preto e a pele escura, a ferida, a chaga, a procura, cura, nego drama, tenta ver e não vê nada, sempre uma estrela, longe meio recuscada, sente o drama, preço a cobrança, amor, no ato a insana vingança, nego drama, eu sei quem trama, e quem tá comigo, o drama que eu carrego, pra não ser mais um preto fudido, o drama, na cadeia e favela, rumo, sangue, sirene, choro, rap, passageiro no Brasil, São Paulo, Bonilha, sobrevivo em meia zona, ficou batinho, periferias, vielas, cortiços, você deve estar pensando que você tem a ver com isso, desde o início, por ouro e prata, olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata, recebe o mérito, a fada que pratica o mal, viver preso ou morto já é cultural, desde o início, por ouro e prata, olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata, recebe o mérito, a fada que pratica o mal, viver preso ou morto já é cultural, desde o início, por ouro e prata, olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata.
Ai, testa o osso. Tipo, afó, esta saída aqui, tipo, acho que é provisória, né? Não é suposto acabar assim no... Acabar assim aí... Tipo, acho que há maneiras mais inteligentes de fazer isso do que um fade out, tipo... Um fade out tipo meio minuto, né? Outra cena, tipo, o que está tipo, do lado direito, por alguma razão? Tipo, why? Então, né? Já sabes o que vem aí, né?
Fama, nego drama, cabelo preto e a pele escura, a ferida, a chaga, a procura, cura, nego drama, tenta ver e
Ah, não tenho o nome do bloco ligado.
uma estrela, longe meio recuscada, sente o drama, o preço a cobrança, no amor, no ódio a insana vingança.
É, estes vocais são qualquer coisa.
Sei quem trama e quem tá comigo, o drama que eu carrego pra não ser mais um preto fudido, o drama, na cadeia e favela, rumo, sangue, sirene, choro, rap, passageiro no Brasil, São Paulo, Bonilha, sobrevivo em meia zona, ficou batinho, periferias, vielas, cortiços, você deve estar pensando que você tem a ver com isso, desde o início, por ouro e prata, olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata, recebe o mérito, a fada que pratica o mal, viver
Falta isto! Aqui!
cultural, desde o início, por ouro e prata, olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata, recebe
Ah, mano, este kick do Ada no suporte.
o nego drama, entre o sucesso e a lama.
Joga tudo para a direita na moral, acho que a live está em mono. Eu acho que não.
Dinheiro, problema,
Vou jogar tudo para a direita, pera aí.
fama, nego drama, cabelo preto e a
Direita?
escura, a ferida, a chaga, a procura, cura,
Quer dizer, não, isto aqui, a câmera está
ver,
tocada, né?
pra mim sempre uma estrela.
Quer dizer, não, a câmera está tocada. E a câmera está tocada, é isso. Está na direita, está na esquerda.
Cobrança, no amor, no
Tipo, como podes ver aqui, está sempre na direita, né?
drama,
Eu acho que não, eu acho que o YouTube não mete as cenas em mono.
o drama que eu carrego pra não ser mais
Eu estava aqui a mexer no side, não sei como é que o YouTube trata o side. Se é isto, olha.
São Paulo, Bonilha, sobrevivo em meia zona.
A avó que eu fazia era colocava o kick em mono, colocava o sub em mono e depois aqui na parte do Reese tipo, falta. Tipo, tens o 808, né? Tem aqui isto, né? Tipo aqueles harmónicos, né? Aqui um bocadinho. Depois aqui, na parte quando entra o Reese, não tem nada aqui. Aqui uma coisa. Para coar com o kick, digamos. Aqui, Reese. Pôr uma distorção por cima, tipo uma saturadela, não seria mau. Diego Parque. A nível da música, assim, mano, não sei dizer. Tipo, eu acho que não está nada de especial, mas tipo, é drill, né? Então, já. Para ser meio sub, mas ficou só médio. Não, ficou com sub, mas tipo, não ficou com a parte do baixo para trazer a presença. O sub é o sentimento, o baixo é a presença. O bass, nesse caso, né? Tipo, eu estou aqui, tipo, eu consigo sentir isto. Agora aqui. Dá para perceber aqui mais ou menos. Sendo o kick, né? Tem aqui uma smiley face. Deixa só outra vez a ver o vocal. Eu não sei, o vocal tá tipo dirty ou é tipo, ou tá bom? Tipo, não parece ter muitos agudos, mas pode ter feito isso se calhar por causa daqueles artefactos que ficam ao sacar o vocal das cenas, né? Mas se calhar dava um bocadinho mais de agudos para o vocal. Periferias e elas curtissem. Você deve estar pensando que você tem a ver com isso. Não é o vocal tá mono. O vocal tipo foi sacado de uma música ou tens o vocal limpo, digamos? Tipo, é só o vocal isolado de uma música, ou seja, fica com aqueles todos estranhos, né? Ou é mesmo só o vocal com mais nada? Tipo a sample do vocal, no caso, né? Então sacaste a capela da música, né? Então, se calhar ao pôr mais agudos fica com aqueles artefactos meio coisa. Mas não sei, eu que ponho um bocadinho de agudos no vocal para ficar um bocadinho mais... Tipo, ignora os hats e ignora todas as coisas, tipo, foca só no vocal. Acho que fica muito mais aberto. Periferias e elas curtissem. Você deve estar pensando que você tem a ver com isso. Vejo o ingresso por ouro e prata. Olha quem morre então, veja você quem mata. Recebe o mérito, a fada aqui pra te tomar. Para tentar juntar um bocado mais o volume dos hats com o volume do vocal. Eu acho que o vocal ficava melhor. Ficava mais presente e não ocupava assim muito mais espaço. Periferias e elas curtissem. Você deve estar pensando que você tem a ver com isso. Tirando isso, mais nada. Tipo, tu podes ter o submono e fazer os hard pans. Quer dizer, não. Tu podes fazer tudo, não é? Mas tipo, pronto. Mal por mal, mais vale ter o submono e estar a fazer os aqueles. Todo crazy, assim. Pá, Drama, e quem tá comigo, o drama que eu carrego pra não ser mais. Não, mas tu é que sabes, né? Mas para fazer isso no pré-EQ, aqui do FL não consegui deixar essa nitidez. Consegues na mesma? Olha, queres fazer com o do FL na mesma? O drama, na cadeia e favela. Comigo ligar, né? Tipo, deixa estar o Q no máximo para ficar tipo mais linear e tipo sobes assim na boa. Eu já estou a dar mais 6 dBs no máximo. Em vez de deixar assim, deixas tipo no máximo para ficar mais linear. Olha quem morre então. Drama e quem tá comigo. O drama que eu carrego pra não ser mais um preto. O drama na cadeia e favela. Fumo, sangue, sirene, choro, rap. Passageiro no Brasil, São Paulo. Mas eu acho que o coisa do FL é bom. Eu uso mais o ProQ para meter as cenas no side assim. Que é mais fácil estar a fazer aqui e fazer assim. Aqui isto era placement e pôr no sítio que eu quiser do que estar a abrir um patch e meter tudo. Tipo, dependendo dos casos, às vezes também queres ter um patch que tens um bocadinho mais de controle. Se parares o sinal logo, tens um bocado mais de controle e podes adicionar mais cenas como é que se chama? Mais cenas criativas. Tipo, aqui tenho só um convô, mas pode assinar uma distorção, aquilo que tu quiseres no site e assim. Mas já, com o do FL dá na mesma. Se tiver que é novo no FL, era só de uma zoeira. Não, é o mesmo, só que tem reação à música também. Parece assim uns coisinhos. Eu tinha isto, supostamente, só no bottom, só que isto nunca guarda. É o hitmap, estás a ver? Posso tirar e fica... Ah não, o hitmap é aquilo normal, é esta frequência. Não, é a mesma frequência. Eu não sei onde é que é. É isto, histograma. Este aqui é o normal. Agora tenho o histograma. Dá para tirar o hitmap e ficar só... Mas não sei se tem nessa versão. Eu estou na... Eu estou na 20.8.3. Não sei quando é que foi adicionado. Não faço a mínima ideia. Ai, mano, carrego sempre aqui o botão para desativar os plugins. Bruh. Depois vou-te mandar uma melodia que eu fiz ontem, porque estava chovendo e friozinho e queria fazer algo pequeno em vez de uma música inteira. Nessa parte entrou um noise muito forte no meu fone. E o que é que vais mandar a melodia para quê? Para ouvir a melodia? Dar a rate na melodia? Eu não sou muito bom com melodias, mas está bem. Eu dou. Tá isso, obrigado, follow. Thank you. Next up temos Rope com Craig, Music in My Head. Oh God. Não, mentira. You like the music playing in my head. Esta música é conhecida. Everywhere I go from day to day. Então acho que o Rope já mandou uma destas antes. Playing in my head. Everywhere I go from day to day. You like the music playing in my head. Everywhere I go from day to day. Tá bem, Naki, tá bem. Playing in my head. You like them. Playing in my head. Everywhere I go from day to day. You like them. You like them. Para tentar pianar. O que é que isto está a coipar? Oh fuck, era o Patcher. Fuck, peraí, temos de dar... Ups, tem que botar atrás. Estava com o patch ativado. Eu estava a ver, porra, isto está tudo em mono, tipo, tu achava um bocado estranho. Agora faz mais sentido. Playing in my head, everywhere I go from day to day. You like the music? Playing in my head, everywhere I go from day to day. You like the music? Playing in my head. You like them playing in my head. Everywhere I go from day to day. You like them. You like them. Ah, 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 ah. Ok. Roubo, tem mesmo poucas coisas a dizer, mas deixa-me só fazer um teste. Só um teste. Tenho que só ver onde é que isto é. Não, não é isto. Bem, se eu não me lembro é... Não, aqui é um também. Isto aqui é só side, né? É só side. É isto que eu queria fazer. Tá, deixa soltar a braba. O que eu quero agora? Eu quero uma coisa, já não sei o que é. É teu amigo. Ah, sério que eu não pego o side, bruh? Ah, mano, eu não pego o side. Ah, tá aqui. Tá, agora deixa-me ver como é que fica. Ah, peraí, tenho que ver na master. Como é aqui? Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh fuck, espera aí, não é isto. Fazer aqui o teste. É isto mesmo. Então, basicamente, a única coisa que eu tenho a dizer, Rob, é que tens aqui algumas coisas estéreo que acho que podia ser um bocadinho mais mono, como sempre, não é? Tipo, desse. Playing in my head. Não, mano, eu fiz o contrário, mano. Yeah. Vou tentar não mexer muito para não ficar muito longo. Vai no segundo drop, eu quero ver uma coisa. Não daria para esse segundo drop começar sem drums, só assim por um tempinho e depois começasse tudo. Mano, isso é questão de roupa, eu não acho que. Sim, pode começar. Também pode não começar, não é? Esse que no quarto ficou muito nice. Então assim, roupa, tirando essa coisa do médio, coisa, não sei o quê, eu acho tipo que os drops não têm reverb, tipo. Tens tipo, eu pensei aqui faz e depois tipo cala-se. Parece tipo que podia ir mais um bocadinho até ao próximo com reverb. E era, tipo, é fácil, tipo, basta só meter o sidechain tens também para uma canal do reverb e tornar um reverb só tipo no side. Como estou a fazer aqui, saber? Só pegar no side. Isso daria muito mais fácil e não afetaria quase nada em mono. Mas também podes meter o reverb normal, né? Mas só focar nessas coisinhas que tem, não em tudo. Não estou aqui a fazer. Eu estou a fazer aqui tipo trabalho aqui na automação. Aqui não tem. Eu acho que um reverbzinho nessas coisinhas do tchau. Acho que ficava melhor. Não é reverb na master, a master tem um buzz que está a mandar reverb. Mas já, pode não ser assim um só no side, mas também não um reverb só aqui nisto, mas tipo focar num reverbzinho na parte dos mandar assim de um buzz direto para lá. Eu acho que ajudaria a preencher o espaço em vazio, tipo não estragava o bounce que a música tem. E mesmo o reverb com um sidechain fica. Pronto. Fica um bocado. Mas pronto, aqui também já tens o né? Aqui nesta parte. Por isso, se calhar até combina. Minha ovelha, eu esqueci. Tchau, Naki, vai para a linha, tchau. E disse que gostou do reverb. Mano, mas não tem reverb, mano. Tipo, então se tem é mesmo muito curto. Tipo, mesmo muito curto. Tu depois estás tipo a tomar o reverb para ficar. E depois tipo tiras o volume em vez de deixar estar. Eu deixava estar, mesmo para ficar com uma cauda. Eu acho que ficava bom na mesma. Tipo, aqui dá para perceber que tem um bocadinho de reverb, mas tipo, um bocadinho mais. Tipo, este. Aqui tem um bocadinho de reverb, mas tipo, só isto. Dá para ver aqui o reverb, mas tipo, não sei. Que você botou quando você colocou o reverb lá. Para. O crack também está a ver. Crack. Não sei. Também está a ver. Bom. Não precisa ser tudo como eu coloquei, mas tipo, só nos. E tipo, não precisa também de ser no site como eu mandei, mas já. Acho que um reverb ficaria mesmo. Tirando isso, acho que está nice. Depois falta um bocadinho de compressão, if you know what I mean. Eu vou fazer a chamada compressão com o limiter. Porque tipo, eu estou a ver que estás a masterizar para menos 14 watts, né? Mas tipo, mesmo no Spotify, assim, se tu, quanto mais alto tu masterizares, já vai aplicar a redução de ganho, mas tipo, fica na mesma a soar mais alto, estás a ver? Tipo, não tens assim perdas, pelo menos no Spotify. No SoundCloud não tens restrições. No YouTube, a música de acesso é sempre uma merda, por isso mesmo que faças com os menos 11 ou o que é. Ok, so so you want me to speak in English. Okay, so hello Craig. I don't know if you're Craig or I don't know. So, as you saw, I've placed the reverb on the side channel, right here when I did the automation thing like that. But I meant it only on the synth stuff like like this. Just the like those kind of synth textures stuff. So you can have the reverb like duck until another another hit of the synth hits, so it becomes a little bit more full. And you can make the reverb also do the like you like to do. Eu não quero quando falo inglês. And yeah, and besides that, you only need a little bit of a compression, but that's like on the master. Because like, I noticed you're trying to achieve the minus 14 WFs, but like, yes, on Spotify, for example, the limit is minus 14 WFs. Yes, you're right, yes. But even if you master as loud as you want, even though you get the gain reduction, it still sounds louder than the other songs that have a lot of dynamic range. It's fucking house, like it's not an acoustic orchestral piece. See, like these peaks, like you could do a little bit, wait, hold on. No! It's not that I wanna do. I wanna do this, yes. Can easily remove like 2 dBs with a clipper and then gives a bit of saturation as well, which I think is a nice touch. Yeah, like it's pretty much done. Yeah, only the reverb thing. But yeah, thank you for sending that in, Craig. Obrigado por ter mandado, roped. And now we on to the next one. That's Everything I Wanted by XXI X21. Maybe it's Roman weather. Maybe.
I had a dream.
Oh no. Oh my god, what's wrong with the quap? Why is the quap here? There, I fixed the co-op, you're welcome. Oh my god, it's so strange. But my hair was... Oh god. Let me try and do this without distorting the living shit out of the cake. You know how to achieve the loudness. I don't know how to call you. XXI 21. I don't know. You don't need to have the kick like plus 6 dB. You don't have to have the kick so loud. You know. You don't need to. It's like it's the only thing keeping this from going super loud. Like the only thing. Like as you can see.
I had a dream.
I had a dream. And you can see. Like why do you need this? Why? There's no need. You don't need this. There's no need to have the kick like plus 6 dB on top of everything else. There's no need, like absolutely none. You can squash this 6 dB and it sounds like fine. You don't need to have the kick so loud, man. Yeah. The extra loudness, 21. Okay. So 21, 7. Yeah. So yeah, you don't need to have the kick so loud. Like please, this is not like. You know, it's like trap. It doesn't need to be as dynamic as everyone thinks it should be. And how do you get the kick really hard? You just simply make everything else at the same level as the kick. Like you don't need the 6 dB for the kick to be hard. Like, hold on. Isn't the kick hard to you? It's pretty hard to me. You don't need to have a kick like just doing and then like the rest is here, you know? The rest is like over here. And then the kick is like here, you know? Like doing this. Like I don't know. Okay, but if you want to have the kick do the punch with everything else at the same, I suggest you do a sidechain. I don't know if you know how to do sidechain, but you can do it with a compressor. I don't know if you use FL, but you can use it with a compressor or with the limiter, right here, comp. You send the kick that's supposed to be on your mixer, right? You send the kick inside with 0 volume. And here, example, imagine that it's the sample or the voice, or I have a dream. And then you go to comp, you go to sidechain, and you go to insert 11, that's the track. And if you have a name, like it should say the name as well. Yeah, and then you go to the threshold and then you adjust the knee and the ratio and then the release and the sustain and then you go super fast so you can really see what it is doing, and then you set the threshold. Like you don't need to go like 0 threshold. You can go like how many are we? Like plus minus 17. Yeah, like you don't need to squash it to like house like you don't need that you know. Yeah, just a little bit. Let me just reset this. Another thing, like, why do you need the clap like with a chorus? Why? Isn't the clap like? Why do you need like, you know, like 30 claps, like 30 transients on the same time? Like the transient, it sounds like goofy, like it's blah blah. It's not like blah, it's blah. I don't know. I don't really. Keep in mind, I don't produce trap. I don't produce rap. I don't produce this kind of music, and I don't really enjoy listening to it. So you might be doing all the right things, and I'm just a hater. So there you go. And yeah, the vocal is, come on, Billie Eilish, really? You know? Why don't you make it like a normal thing? Wait. Like the normal voice of Billie Eilish, I think it's better than the, you know. And it sounds like stretched, like a lot. Like this. You can hear it breaking on the top end. I have it phased, it sounds a bit weird. No, I just weren't quite. Oh, you weren't from me? Okay, yay. But yeah, like like the main issues I have is the clap. Like I think it just needs to make if you want to make the clap like wide, I would suggest add a normal clap. Let me see, a Trapaholics mixtape clap. Crapaholics. Let me see. I think you have an Ultra Kit. I don't know. Gucci. Oh yeah, Gucci. Yes, I like the brand. Yeah, Gucci. Nice. Claps. You see? I mean, this rap is also pretty bad. Because like you don't have one transient, you have like a ton of transients. It's really strange. But I would like a normal clap, right? Like a normal thing, you know? Literal clap, you know? Literal. Yeah, super loud, yes. And then I would add like a shitty one. You don't need to have a transient on it. I'll add a shittier clap. I'll make it quieter. Let me just route this to the mixer. Okay, it's kind of loud. Yeah, but you have this, I would reinforce the transient of it so it doesn't sound so and it sounds more. And then let me just reinforce what I did with a compressor. And then on this one, I will do the things that you want to do, like the chorus and stuff you want to do. Let me see if I have a chorus. Yeah, of course I have a chorus. I just don't know when, where. Let's see this one. It's free. Yeah, and then I will cut the thing so it doesn't interfere, like the lows, the low lows. And then together, you have a stereo clap that it doesn't have problems when comparing in mono. Yeah, I mean, you have a problem as well. I'll put it quieter. Yeah, you know, like make a main clap, and then the second one you mess it up with the woo, crazy stuff with the phaser and whatever. Yeah, I'll just reset this. Yes, let me just bring back my stuffs. No, I don't want to delete. Okay. Wait, if it's not too much, can you explain a compressor real quick? Like in this case, why do we compress? So I compressed there because, you know, it's easier to explain with a compressor that has that little movie thing. Let me see, two compressors that I have. No, this is not a good example. This is a good example. Okay, so you have the UI thing, the view that I don't know what it means. I have no idea what it means. And now I deleted the claps. Let me just quickly bring a clap back. Clap, 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 clap. Clap. Just a quick case example. Okay, this is a little bit loud. A little bit loud. Oh, nice, I forgot to bring the compressors to where it should be. Yes. So, let's begin. So the compressor has an attack, right? The compressor, what it does is basically you set a threshold. So everything that goes above the threshold, like imagine you set the threshold at minus 15 dB, and the sound you have it feed into goes into minus 10 dB. So the difference between the threshold, wait, my camera is flipped, so it's kind of, so the difference between the threshold and the top of the sample is 5 dB. If you have a ratio of 1, it applies 5 dB like downwards, which means it makes the sample quieter. But there's a catch, because the compressor isn't like super fast. No, it's not like perfect. You have a little bit of a delay before it reaches the signal and it does the compression. So what you can do is you can make a low threshold and the sample is coming in really loud, so you have a lot of gain reduction to be applied to the sample, and you make a attack that's not slow but a little bit, and so the sample becomes, wait, let me do a paint real quick. So imagine the sample does this, right? It begins here and then does this, the sample. And you set the threshold around here. So this is the thing that is going to be applied here. So you're going to make it quieter. But since there's a little attack when it goes here, it counts the attack. So imagine you have an attack of here, right? Imagine like this is like 2 milliseconds. So after the 2 milliseconds, the compressor will kick in and will apply this on the signal here. So you will end up with something like this. No, it's not really. You will end up with something like this. You know? Like here it's when the attack begins, so to speak. So the gain reduction is applied. So you can reinforce the transients of something this way as well. And now I can show you. Let me see the output. No, you can see here the gain reduction. See, it's applying -5 gain reduction. If I increase, oh no, the threshold is already at max. But if I decrease here, okay, never mind. This is the final output, so I need to place again so you can check it out. As you can see, when I reduce the volume, the gain reduction reduces. If I decrease the volume, it goes louder. And now if I increase the ratio, so imagine I have a 10 ratio. So imagine the sample is going above 10 dB. It's going to apply a gain reduction of 100 dB because it's 10 times the threshold. So you can see if I change here, it changes the gain reduction thing. If I make this, you can start to hear, if I go really, really extreme ways, this is different than this. No, I mean this. And then if you change the attack, okay, hold on, this is too squashed. Oh god. Yeah, this is squashed all the way. Hold on. Let's reset this. Okay, it's reset now. It's applying a little bit of the threshold. I can only do this. Yeah, it was coming in too hot, so it was pushing the compressor. Like this compressor can only go 20 dB, so everything else it stays at 20 dB. It can go lower. So yeah, I was abusing it, so to speak. So now let's make it bounce. Make the release really short, so you can see it's doing the reduction. And if we increase the release a little bit, it stabilizes downwards because it's doing the quap is coming in hot. Wait, where's my mouse? So the quap is coming in hot, and then comes another one, and then another one, right? And you have the threshold here, let's suppose, and then you have the attack that's applied here, and then you have a long release. So when it reached the new threshold, that's here, sorry, it would continue to go down, and imagine like this is 0, it will never reach 0 because the release is too long. Okay, so like I don't know how to explain. I'm sorry, I really don't know how to explain it like better. If you change the attack, you should start to see a difference, but I prefer using Pro C2, and you can also see here. So let's make this large. Now let's do the ratio. Now let's do the attack. Yeah, this attack isn't really fast enough. Let me put a little bit of look ahead. Come on, let me do look ahead, please. No, you don't let me do look ahead. Why doesn't it let me do look ahead? Hello. Yeah, it doesn't let me do look ahead for some reason. But yeah, you can see if when I increase the threshold, it starts to bounce, and that is the ratio. But yeah, it's super quiet. Most compressors can't go that fast. You see, it's not fast enough. So what you can do is you can get a transient shaper. That's pretty much that, but faster. I use a kilohertz one, and like it appears here like what it's doing. So you can increase the attack or let it stay, and then do a pump, then a sustain. You can change the volume so you get like super quick, or like normal, so to speak. And yeah, you can really control the transients with this. It's pretty much like a compressor on steroids, so to speak. Yeah. So when using compressor, like it's not really changing the peaks because the peaks are still there. They are just quieter, you know. Imagine a limiter. A limiter is a compressor basically. So it's a compressor with a 50 ratio basically. Like more, it's not really the same, but basically the same. So yeah, you can see when you increase the limiter, it doesn't change. It just applies the reduction. If you want to chop the peaks out, what you do is you get a clipper, and the clipper clips the top end, the peaks, and yeah, pretty much. You know, it's beginning to not sound defined and sound like noise. Yeah, this isn't a really good clipper. I mean, no, it is a good clipper, but you can't really see it. So let me pull this up. And let me pull this up again. Let's do hard. So you have the crap doing. Let me put this a little bit louder. So you have the crap doing that. When you increase the clipper, you see it's starting to become more like a square and not like a crap, because you're cutting the peaks. And if you compare this with a limiter, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm sorry if this is too loud, but yeah. If you push the limiter too hard, you also get the clipper capabilities, kinda. But yeah, no one pushes the limiter as hard as I pushed it. Like, you were playing like 30 dB of gain, like no one does it. So they usually use a clipper. That's easier. Yeah, hoped I helped. And then there's another type of compressor that's a multiband compressor. And that's I basically use multiband compressors, and I'm not a sound engineer, I'm not a sound guy, engineer, yells. But I use a multiband compressor like the famous OTT or the Fab Filter one, which basically evens out the levels of everything else. So if we play your song, oh yeah, I have this gain down. You can see you have a lot of inconsistencies, which is good on a whole song. But imagine like your bass isn't cutting through the mix enough. Instead of making it louder, you even out the frequency, so it's perceived loudly. Like, you know, it's perceived as being more loud than it is. So I could do a threshold here. You can do pretty much a threshold on everything. But this, of course, ruins the whole song if you put it on a master, because like it will cut a little bit of the transients as well. Because a compressor can enhance the transient, but also delete it. You know, if it isn't quick enough. And pretty much like when 808 hits, it's not an attack like a crap, it's not milliseconds, it's like boom, boom, boom. So the compressor counteracts it and becomes like a square. So yeah, it really depends on the thing you're using the compressor in. Can I do like a... No, I cannot. No, you can squash everything together more. But usually, I personally only use a multiband compressor on like single instances, like on some bass or whatever, so it becomes louder. Like for example, I made this crazy patch on Faceplant, like this Nero one. As you can see, it's like loud, and then becomes everything else like unpredictable. So you can also add the compressor, but like it's not really necessary. You have like an OTT, so it basically compresses each band on its own. We can make it quieter, so it becomes more flat, so to speak. Yeah, I would probably do an in-gain as well. So as you can see, it's pretty flat. It doesn't do the wing anymore. It's like consistent, kinda. So yeah, pretty much that. Like we make those peaks smaller, right? With a Quipper, no, you delete the peaks with a Quipper. With a compressor, yeah, you can make the peaks smaller. And with the transient shaper, yeah, also, yeah. But with like a limiter and a Quipper, you don't really do that. I mean, you could technically do it with a limiter, but you use a compressor that's more... it has a bit more resolution, so to speak, so you can fine-tune the stuff like more easily than a limiter. Why EQ? What do you mean why EQ? I wasn't using an EQ. The thing I use this, like it shows the frequency, but it's a compressor. Like it does a reduction, but only in certain bands, so to speak. So it's called multiband, because a normal compressor does this, you know? One band does the whole squashy thing. We have multiband, you can have a lot of bands squashing things at different rates, at different speeds, at different ratios. So yeah. Let me try and remove and try to make the kick like the same, basically. Like the volume, I would put it with a compressor, of course.
I tried to scream.
But my
They called me weak. Like I'm not just somebody's daughter. Could have been a nightmare. But it felt like they were right there. And it feels like yesterday was a year ago. But I don't want to let anybody. 'Cause everybody wants something from me.
I'm applying 11 dBs of reduction. So yeah, now I kinda compress the kick so it becomes quieter, but everything else is preserved. Like the peaks, the dips is preserved because I was doing like not so harshly then, you know? Other than the a cappella pitch. Okay, hold on. Like as you can see, like the little peaky boy, there's still a peaky boy there because it's a compressor. It's the attack of the compressor that it's coming up to it. Because you can't, the attack here is 0.05 milliseconds on the fastest mode. So yeah. So besides the clap a cappella, I mean not a cappella, but like the pitch of the a cappella. Like I don't know if you need to improve that. Like for me, personally, I think it's not the greatest. But for the trap world, I don't know. Like it could be fine. I don't know. I remove my span. Yeah, you also have a little bit of a stereo sub. Let me see if it changes a lot of things. For some reason is wrong. Oh no! check something out.
What they said would go straight to
My bad?
If I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why they don't deserve you. If I knew it all, then would I do it again? Would I do it again?
Yeah, so you have a little bit of stereo sub, like on the side information you have sub as well, as you can hear. It's easier if you do like inside mode and then, you know, like you have the sub. You already are doing the little bit of a sidechain, I think. Yeah, so why shouldn't you make your sub stereo? So on your headphones you can't really hear the sub, you can only feel it. So that's a pass. On festival speakers or in good speakers, you only have one sub that's connected in mono. So what that means is, like on the, I don't know the name, like the frequency when it splits between the main speakers and the sub, it's when like around like 150, 200, something like that. It sums up the left and the right channel together to create one. And the problem with stereo stuff is, I can make a quick example here. Imagine you have a low bass, right? Let me add another one because I'm trying to simulate stereo. As you can see, they are together, right? If I change the phase here, it will start to sound quieter until it cancels out. You see, it's going quieter. No, it's just me messing with the phase until it completely cancels it out. Kinda, almost. Yeah. So you ask me, why is that? Because you're summing up the left channel. Like this is like summing one on top of the other, but imagine in a song you sum up the left and the right channel together to become the sub. And if you have a stereo sub, you will have a different signal on the left and the right channel. So the phase thing I did, like this phase thing I did here, it will happen because it's stereo. So it will be like going around here, like something like that, you know? And you can see the volume, it will change and it becomes unpredictable. So I think having a stereo sub is bad because it becomes unpredictable when playing on a bigger system with a dedicated sub. So yeah, I would say make your sub mono all the times, or like below 150 hertz, make it mono. So you don't have any problems with that, so you can control it, and the way you control it is the way it will sound on every type of speakers there are. Even if you have mono sub, even if you don't have sub, even if you have two subs for some reason, you're crazy and you have subs in stereo for some reason, like it should translate the same way, the sub frequencies, which I think are pretty important, especially in trap. Pretty much every electronic genre, the sub is pretty important. Anything under 150 should be mono. Like it should, and not should, you could do it, and I think you should do it, but it's not like a law, you know? You have a lot of amazing records that have everything in stereo, so that's that. But yeah, personally I do everything below 150 mono. And if you don't have Pro Q, I don't know if you're recent to Discord or not, to our server, but I posted in production, I think. Oh yeah, I can't search it out, but I did patcher. I sent in the patcher preset here in production, and if you use FL, you can do it. If you don't, it should be almost the same. So it's this. It separates the mid and side information channels. So as you can see, it does pretty much the same as the Pro Q thing. If I do this and do this, you know, this is the side information and this is the mono, so mid side. So what you could do, you can download this if you use FL and then come here and do like whatever you like. Like it really depends on the song. Like some songs you want to have stereo stuff right around like 100 to fill it up or whatever, so you can do that. Like it's just really the sub. I think it's the most important thing to keep in mono. Like imagine you have a bit of a problem mixing up the stuff because everything is too loud or whatever. If you probably it's because you have a stereo sub, so it occupies more space than it needs to occupy. Let me see a stereo song I have. I don't know. Side information is pretty much imagine the whole signal without the mono signal. That becomes the side information. I don't know if you really understand like the mixer matrix, but you can see you have the left channel volume at minus 6 dB, so it's the same. And you have the left into the right taking it out, so you're taking out the mono signal. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you have Ozone Imager 2, pretty much this thing over here is, I can play it with mono or stereo, so you can see the difference. So this is mono in the middle, and this is stereo, like the side information thing. And this is basically the correlation between mono, between being 100% mono, so mid, or 100% stereo, but that's not really a thing, so 100% side information things.
I tried to scream.
Like if I do this, it's the same as me doing this. And if I delete this, it's the same thing. And if I add the thing, do this, yeah. You usually want everything that's low enough to be mono, so it's on the center of your head, so to speak, and doesn't occupy a lot of space, so to speak. So imagine if I have a Riz, right? The famous Riz. If I put it stereo, it occupies more space than if I put it in mono. Oh yeah, I'm sending this to Wayne too. Never mind. Let's put this here. As you can see, when I increase the stereo effect, so to speak, and imagine I'm a subwoofer, so I'm only hearing in mono, this would be how it sounds compared to this. That also have that, but it sounds a little bit more full. Okay, let's see like a lower note, lower octave, because he's doing the and it's supposed to be okay. So this is not really also stereo stuff. Let's put a chorus to emphasize. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, you probably want to keep everything below. I mean, it depends, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you have another song you want me to hear it out, since we don't have more songs. You have another song, you can drop it on Discord and I'll listen to it. But yeah. Why do I have this here? I don't think I'm using this. Yeah, I'm not using this. Bye-bye. I'm using 7, I'm using 5, not even 6. What the fuck? No, move it, no, move. Using 2, 3, I'm not using 4 as well. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1 is the PC audio. Well, I think I have a hair like what's it called? Like this. I don't know the name in English. English. Eyelash. I think I have an eyelash on my eye. Oh god. Okay, let's hear this. Sorry. So you can figure out the mix. Let me hear it again. So I think you have a problem with the mix because you have a lot of stuff happening on the same frequency. So you have the sample that, and you have that thing, like the guitar thing, happening at the same place. Like here, you can hear the guitar, the sample, like the trumpet sample, the vocal, the hey, hey, and another thing like a piano thing. No, it's a guitar, it's a guitar. So I'll probably slow down the guitar so it's like put it an octave below and slow it down so it doesn't break, and have it happen around the mid section thing. Let me see how it sounds. See, now the guitar is here. I don't know, I think it could be a little bit muddy, but yeah, it could work. So you split the instruments between all the frequencies. So you have the bass, then you have the upper bass that usually related to the bass. Then you have the guitars with the vocal, and the vocal goes from the mids to the highs as well. You have the hi-hat, the clap, and then you have the also on the high end. Or do the inverse, like do the an octave below, so it becomes. Let's see where it comes. I mean, it's here. Yeah, but I think it's not the end of the world. It's not really a problem. I think the sample doesn't fit like the notes he's doing. He's doing the. Let me see if I can figure out the notes. Something on the line. See. Oh, see, it's out of key. You. Nah. Yeah, I think it's a little bit out of tune. Wait. Nah. I don't know, I think it's a sample that's a little bit out of tune. Well, on the time I'm streaming, like I'm done basically. I've been streaming for like 1.5 hours. I think it's good. I always go for the maximum like 3 hours because I have, especially right now, I have college stuff I need to be working on, so I don't have a lot of time. I think the mix is kind of fine. Let's squash this thing. Yeah, the mix is fine, I think. I mean, it seems fine to me. It's not that bad. Yeah, I think it's not really the worst. It's fine. What you mean? Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm done for the day. Let me just meme this song a little bit, please. Let me just meme. Yeah, I think it's done though. Let me just remove it before I forget. Save. And yeah, let me see if there's another person streaming some feedback. Oh yeah, but you're on YouTube. Yeah, so yeah.
So it kind of gives.
So there's no one else doing stream. Let me see music. Let me see if I know anyone. Just DJs and people singing like, where are the audio engineers? I need audio programmers as well. I need music programmers, yes. That's what I need. I don't need singers. I don't need DJs. I need producer, and I need programmer. I need engineer. Yeah. Well, there's no one to raid. Oh, it's like French or something. Yeah, it's French. Producer. There's no one to raid, bruh. Oh, he's using Cubase or what's it called? Not Reaper, the Reason. Oh, this one is using Vital. Oh, it's Spanish. Let me see this one. Waka. It's Cubase.
I'm really impressed. Yeah. I think this is really cool and also brave, and I'm gonna love putting this into the song. It's gonna be really cool.
Okay, go on, please.
Fruity Balls? Yes, please. I'm into hard rock. Okay, Russian Ghost Car. Which kind of hard rock? I used to be a rock and roll singer.
Oh, I think this is electronic music related.
It's kind of rock and roll, like
Play the song.
Deep Purple, Black Sabbath. That's my kind of rock and roll.
Play the song.
Peel it back, some secret meat. It's safe for work, eat it in the street.
Okay. Okay. Let's see another one. No, this is one in Spanish. I don't know. Okay, this seems like trap vibes. This seems like a trap vibe. Trapaholics mixtapes. This sounds like a rap.
Oh shit.
Maybe not.
None of this
Oh,
Drake
shit.
It sounds like dubstep, maybe?
Sorry.
Why does
Seems like-
men sing
seems
with
like-
their normal
seems like
voices?
your camera is breaking up and can't see you anymore.
Let me read.
It's two different singers, guys. I like the first singer. The
You like
first singer
Tom. What-
sings like a.
Yeah, they're not really producing. They're just talking. FO Studio Gang. It's German. No. Let me see.
Ein Problem, was ich heute nicht habe. So, dass ich
Ja.
irgendwie,
Cute. Well, I don't see anyone streaming, so I'm going to play an outro song. Let me see a good song to end. A good song. A good. Give me this, I think. Oh, hello there, Ryan. I'm just finishing my stream. Sorry, but I have to go. Thank you for dropping by, though. But yeah, I have to go. Yeah, sorry, man. Perfect timing, eh? Perfect timing. But yeah, I got a new piano. My piano that was on my grandparents' house, it's here back again. As you can see, oh god, I don't know how to. The camera is upside down. Oh god, wait. There it is. You can see it, kinda. Yeah. And yeah, I'll probably stream again next week at the same time. Oh, you can see it here, the piano. Yeah, right there. I need to change my camera. Yeah. Bye guys. Thank you for showing up. Let me just reverse this before I forget. Oh no. Okay, now it's synced. Yeah.